Hello, guys and gals, and this is a book review for Frankenstein Makes a Sandwich by Adam Rex. But the full title is Frankenstein Makes a Sandwich and Other Stories You Are Sure to Like because they're all about monsters and some of them are also about food. You like food, don't you? Well, alright then. So that's probably one of the longest titles I've ever heard, but cool. The art on the cover is really cute. I'm sorry, you can't really see it. They laminated it. It's from the library. It was on their free cart, so and I've had it for a while. So it kind of made it glare. I don't know. Anyways, this is a really interesting book. It's about poems and stories about monsters. You know, like Hollywood monsters, which is kind of cool. Um, we can go over these just loosely. Something really cool here is that the opening credits, there's a shape like an angel or something. Really, really kind of cool. But anyways, there's Frankenstein Makes a Sandwich. That's the first poem or story. The creature from the Black Lagoon doesn't wait an hour before swimming. The Phantom of the Opera can't get It's a Small World out of his head with Buffalo Mozzarella. Okay. A Middle Witch Watcher's Guide, a club sandwich witch watchers witches. An open letter from Wolfman's best friend. The Invisible Man gets a haircut. The Phantom of the Opera still can't get It's a Small World out of his head with white wine vinaigrette. Count Dracula doesn't know he's been walking around all night with spinach in his teeth. The Mummy won't go to the eternal rest without a story and some cookies. The Yeti doesn't appreciate being called Bigfoot. If the Phantom of the Opera can't get Pop Goes the Weasel out of his head, he's going to freak out. The lunch sack of Notre Dame. Actually, I think it's pronounced Notre Dame. Apologies. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Henderson. 4-alarm chili. Zombie. Ma. Market rates. Now the Phantom of the Opera can't get the girl from Ipanema out of his head with a peppercorn coulis. The dentist, the Phantom of the Opera, is considering giving up music and doing his haunting somewhere else. Bigfoot can't believe you called him Yeti just now. Godzilla pooped on my Honda. The Asian Delight. And dessert, Monster Truck, Sunday. So, we have quite a few poems here, and they're all really, really unique and well written. And they're all, jovial and funny. One that we will read is, and it's really kind of funny, is Godzilla pooped on my Honda, which is a classic, of course. Anyways, make sure this is recording. This is a really well written book. A lot of care went into this. Also, the art is really amazing. The Frankenstein looks kind of 3D generated, maybe computer generated, really, really 3D and fantastic to a certain extent. Their first story basically centers around Frankenstein making a sandwich. The villagers don't like him and throw things at him, so he makes a sandwich out of what the villagers throw at him. He's just trying to be friendly, and so he just picks up everything and makes a sandwich out of it, which is kind of cute. The creature from the Black Lagoon doesn't wait an hour before swimming and pays the price. Phantom of the Opera. There's several with that. The Middle Witch Watchers Club. Club which watches witches. So I think it's like Weight Watchers, and it's kind of cool. And there's a picture of a woman here blowing up eels, a witch blowing up eels, like a balloon. Kind of interesting. And she apparently makes balloon animals out of them. So let's see. An open letter from Wolfman's best friend. Basically, the Wolfman's dog writes him a letter. Apparently there's the Invisible Man is getting a haircut, but since the barber can't see him, he's being very careful and he doesn't know where to cut. Looks like we have Medusa in this picture also. A pumpkin head. We have the Bride of Frankenstein. Oh, the Headless Horseman. I think that the pumpkin headed guy is the Headless Horseman. Because in this one, the one about Dracula, in the one about Dracula, there is the Headless Horseman with his horse. He's looking at Dracula and he's got the spinach in his teeth. So it's like, okay. And again, the art in this book is really, really amazing. The mummy won't go to his eternal rest without a story and some cookies. Well, I don't blame him. Cookies are good. The Yeti doesn't appreciate being called Bigfoot. There's a poem about that. There's even a cute little Arctic fox on this page. Very, very cute. More about the Phantom of the Opera. The lunch sack of Notre Dame is really, really kind of interesting. I'm going to see how long this one is. Okay, this one isn't long at all, so we'll read this one. The lunch sack of Notre Dame. I'm stumped as to why we all lump this poor chump with the rest of the monsters just cause of his lump. It's not like he drains all the blood from your veins or sucks out your brains and then eats your remains. I bet when he packs all those brown paper sacks and he takes them to lunch, breakfast, dinner, or brunch, that he'll munch, snack, and chew on the same food as you, just a hunch. This is kind of a neat one, too, because there's a picture of the Wolfman here, there's a Sphinx, and there's several other monsters. There's a Cyclops, and what I thought was a Minotaur, but it might not be. It's the tail of the Sphinx. It looks kind of bovine. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Henderson. A very good poem. A take on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Zombie is kind of like a graphic novel approach to this. Well, then there's like the zombies go to the zoo, and then there's zombie, and then that's a zoo. Oh, zombie, and then samba, and then they're dancing, and then zombie samba because they're zombies and they're dancing, and then they're doing the mamba, and then they see a bee and they bunk their heads together, and then they basically knock themselves out. With the dentist, it's a vampire, yeah. A vampire goes to the dentist, and this gives me strong Charlie Brown vibes, because the vampire looks a lot like Charlie Brown and has a dog that looks like Snoopy. Well, Frankenstein has a dog that looks like Snoopy. But the vampire has like the Charlie Brown gear, you know. And then the dentist is like afraid to go to the dentist. I mean, the vampire is afraid to go to the dentist. But anyways, then we have more of the Phantom of the Opera. And Bigfoot can't believe you just called him a Yeti. Yeah. Anyways. Some people use that term interchangeably. But anyways. Okay, so this is going to be the poem that we read. And it's kind of funny. Granted, I don't endorse what this poem says. I'm just reading it. I actually endorse. I actually strongly endorse tourism to Japan. So take this poem with a grain of salt, of course. So I didn't write it, but it's also in Japanese. The title is, and I did a search, and did Google Lens, and it says exactly what it says it does. But the word they use for poop, which is unko, is basically the way a child would refer to poop, like a number 2, something like that. It's not the bad word for poop. So anyways, it's just like, how a grade schooler would say poop. Anyways, it says here, Godzilla pooped on my Honda. Don't ever go to Tokyo. I just heard on the radio that Ghidorah has taken wing to fight some sort of turtle thing. And as the monster flew away, they saw a zipper plain as day. It seems perhaps those giant brutes are giant men in suits. I swore I'm leaving Tokyo. I watched as just a week ago some robot crushed my mailbox flat. And only 2 days after that, a moth the size of Fuji goes and chews up all my Sunday clothes. I bought a mothball from the store. It won't fit through the door. And just last night, what did I see? Turdzilla where my car should be. It's not so bad. I'm sure some dupe will pay for real Godzilla poop. I'll make a sign, or better yet, I'll sell it on the internet. And when I've made enough, I'll go to any place but Tokyo. Kind of a cute poem, actually. And that isn't all. I have a little treat here. Let me just set it up real quick. And there we go. There's a picture of a car covered in Godzilla poop. Never thought you'd see that, right? And that the kanji, or that is unko, or like he's like, oh poop. Anyways, let's see. But yeah, anyways, also looks like there's Ghidorah there and the robot thing. I forget what it's called, and Mothra. You see, I think there's a robot thing here, robot leg. Maybe it's another robot. But yeah, that poor guy. Anyways, and then on the back is monster truck, Sunday, a monster truck in a Sunday. Literally, an ice cream sundae. But anyways, this was a cute book for ages 5 to 10. But kind of neat. If you like Hollywood monsters and the like of that, and stuff like that, then you'll probably like this book too. You can probably find it at your local library. If not, they can probably get it from another library. I think. I don't know. I know here in the United States we can do that. I'm not sure about overseas. But probably. But it is a cute little book. I've never actually heard of Adam Rex. As this was just a book I thought looked cool, and so I picked it up off the free thing at the library. Our library is kind of small, so when a book isn't really very popular, then it kind of gets put on the free rack. Because they can't have, like unpopular books on the shelves, because they have very limited space and there's always new books coming out. But anyways, yeah, this was a really cute book, a funny book, and one that I would highly recommend you check out. But that's just my opinion. You can either take my opinion or leave it. Either way is fine. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way, or if you want to join the Discord server, all information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved, and have a great day.